Hello to the fellows on YouTube, it is Kabisi, and yes, it's been a while, but a lot of things have happened in my life. Quite the eventful life, I tell you right now. This was supposed to be a midway through recap of what I've learned throughout this month of focusing on graphic design specifically, but it seems it's coming towards the end of the month and I might as well get this out for the end. So, what have I learned and what's the most important thing for people that are doing graphics design in my personal opinion? Well, let's go over to Premiere Pro and let me show you. So, in my recent video, if this bloody thing will cooperate, I made sure that I could edit the video with as much convenience as possible. The main issue with a lot of my edits and any instance where I'm editing a video is that I want to use, say, a particular text animation. Let's say I want the text to reveal in a certain way or an animation to come out in a certain way, and it will be difficult for me to replicate that in Premiere Pro because I'm an After Effects user. So I was wondering, what way can I do these kind of things in Premiere Pro? I tried to figure out things using the keyframes in Premiere. I learned you could use easy ease on the animations, but even then it's not as convenient as being able to have the amount of freedom that you have with animations in After Effects. So I learned something new. I was told about it by my brother, and by nature I only implemented it like 6 months after. So that's an example of me not utilizing the skill that I have. But anyways, in this video there are multiple instances where text raises from the bottom. So this little text thing here happens multiple times in the video. I'm pretty sure I can pull out any example right here. Another instance is probably right here. Yeah, so this animation, usually if I did it the way I usually edit videos, is that I would go over to After Effects, animate the whole new text, and then render it every time I wanted a new text title, and I just slap it into the video. Now, as you can probably tell, that would take quite a while, animating, rendering, and everything. What you can do instead is actually make presets. So yes, you know your iMovie presets and your Windows Movie Maker presets and whatnot. You can actually just straight up make presets and then be able to change the text using essential graphics. So let me show you how that works here. So let's pick out one of the text reveals that I made here, and if we go to essential graphics, it quite literally just works as a, you know, as a preset. I could change this to, and it would change the text accordingly. So yeah, of course we're not going to keep this as gobbledygook, but that's just an example of how these things work. And I mean, just to show you again, if I change this to high, the animation will still play. It will still play the same. I did account for any instance where the masking effect wouldn't work properly, where the text wouldn't come up as usual. So what I did is that I gave people the opportunity to be able to literally move the text up and down. So you have this much freedom. Of course, you can change the color and whatnot. So much freedom with these kind of things. The shadow effect was from Premiere Pro, which is good because I thought you weren't able to get that, but luckily they have these kind of things. It's really just about finding a balance between the two softwares, because you know Premiere Pro is so much easier to edit in and After Effects is so much more convenient to make animations in. So the fact that I'm able to have this kind of flexibility is amazing. Now, to get onto how to make these things, you actually have to be an After Effects user. You need to learn a tiny bit of After Effects, but don't worry, it's fairly simple, and I'll show you how to do this right now. So if we go over to After Effects, cool, so we're gonna open up we're not gonna go ahead, we're gonna open up a new project. All right, new composition, let that be 6 seconds and 1920 by 1080. That's fine. Then we slap in some text. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to type here with my thing. I think T is text. Never mind. You just click up here. Get ourselves some text. Say hero, as my fellow Asians like to say, due to their beautiful accent. And we can change this text a bit because we've been working with this text for a good long time. Nice. All right, cool. Nice. Use this text. If you want to center this thing, by the way, this idiotic thing that never gives anyone a good time, hold Control and double click, and that sends it right to the middle. Now you might wonder what this does for you. Well, it makes it easier for you to center things. Make sure you always have this align thing available to you. It's so useful, trust me. Now that we've got this down, what we would need to do is make the animation. So depending on what animation you want to make, of course, you can shift things about, do whatever you want. The main thing with Essential Graphics is, as I'm currently aware, you want to make sure you're only using text and shapes. Using images complicates things a little bit, but as far as I'm aware, the current version of After Effects does let you use images to a certain extent, but I'm not fully familiar with that. So as I'm saying right now, make sure you're only using these shapes here, like rectangles and whatnot. Well, that's a mask, but rectangles and stuff, and then of course your shapes, wherever the hell they are. Yeah, stuff like this. Only be using these and text because these are like source stuff that you find inside of After Effects, rather than things that you need to get externally, like images. Alright, so we could make ourselves here a little animation. Let's try not to overcomplicate it. Let's say we have here what I like to do. I don't know what you call this type of transition, but I'm gonna try to figure out how I'm gonna explain this to you. Come on. Alright, cool. New rectangle. Let's make this color, maybe make this faint red. Yeah, just do that. Alright, cool. And then we duplicate that, Control C, Control V, change the color to a brighter. Yeah, brighter. Let's make it brighter. Cool. And then Control C, Control V, and then make it slightly more brighter. Perfect, cool. Now with these 3 layers, we're gonna do something that I did in the previous video. I've already closed down Premiere Pro, but I'm gonna show you an example of what's on the screen. Yeah, let's see here. We got these 3 layers. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this red, keep the darkest one on the top, and then of course go down in terms of like shade, and then I'm gonna animate this. So I'm gonna put this here, position. I'm gonna keyframe this to maybe 1 second because I don't want the transition to be too long. And then I'm gonna have this go all the way back, and then it's gonna move like this, like so. All right, makes sense? Good. Now I'm going to do something that's called actually wait, no. Let's keep this here, and then before this mark here, I'm gonna keyframe it again. If you want to keyframe something on a position that it's already in, you want to use this little thing here. There we go. Now perfect, we've got this little animation that comes here and then comes there. Alright, now this looks kind of boring, it looks very stale, but what you want to do with making your animations, let's not say that yet. What you want to do with your animations to make them interesting is do what I like to call easing in and easing out. So now you can easily just do this, ease in, slap this on here, and it kind of eases in, or do that, slows down in the beginning and then gets faster towards the end. But if you want absolute control over your animation, what you want to do is go to Easy Ease and then go into this graph editor. Now this graph editor allows you to control the speed manually. So this means if you want it to be faster in the beginning, you can do this, make it extremely fast in the beginning, and then see that so fast you can't even see the first few frames. Yeah, slow it down a bit. There we go. If you want it to be slower, let's move this a bit. If you want it to be slower in the beginning, then you can do that. Of course, I have my own ways of doing things. Usually I make things faster in the beginning, just out of personal preference. Yep, this is how I like my animations. And then with this one, this is square because we still haven't changed this to the Easy Ease keyframes. So what we want to do here is go into Keyframe Assistant, make that the Easy Ease, and then also apply quite literally just the same animation. Nah, instead I'll make it go, I'll make it do the same mark as this other one. There we go. Alright, so the motion looks a lot more interesting now rather than just the simple boring looking one. Alright, cool. So what are we going to do with these 2 other ones? What we're simply going to do is copy these keyframes and then paste them onto both of these. So now all of them have this same animation. Now you may be wondering, if I'm going to be doing this, what's that going to do for, how are we going to be able to see what's at the bottom, right? These are clearly overlapping each other, they come in at the same time. Now what some people like to do is move the keyframes. They do this, they move the keyframes like that, or wait, no, they move, let's move these ones. They move this keyframe so one can come in after the other. However, because this layer doesn't really exist until that layer comes in, what you can do is quite literally just move the actual layer, and that's what I like to do. It's a little cheap, but that's what I like to do. You gotta cheat sometimes to make life easier for yourself. So let's see here. Oh wait, this isn't seeable. There we go. So as you can see here, we've got ourselves a nice little transition. Now you can choose to have any effects or not. Sometimes you're gonna have like a shadow or something, drop shadow or whatnot, make that look, I don't know, a little less flat. But that's entirely up to personal preference at that point. They quite literally look like they're under each other, overlapping each other. But that's not what I'm trying to look for here. I was trying to go for something basic. So yeah, we've got the basic animation here. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is take our hero text. Alright, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to center it. Actually, wait, yeah, let's do this at first. Actually, you want to keep your text centered. You also have to make sure the paragraphing is centered as well. This might have messed up the middle. Yeah, there we go. It has messed it up. So let's move this back into the middle. Bam, bam. Good stuff. All right, now these colors actually look quite nice together. Actually, excellent. Yes, ma'am. I was recording something, but it's okay. I'll come downstairs now. How much is it? I should be able to get it. Yep. I will return. Literally, as I'm editing this section of my mom calling me to go get something from the shop, I was just called to go and buy milk from the shop. Amazing right here. Oh my god. The life of an editor. Cool. Let's continue. So now that we have our text here, what we will have to do is, well, yeah, we've got the text, we've got the animation. What we need to do now is make sure that this text only comes in with the animation. Now, what we could do is also animate it, but you don't need to do that. As long as you got something that's already doing this animation motion, what you can do actually is called parenting. So I mean, there's three ways to do this. I'll show you. 3 ways to make the animation move the same way. One of them is doing this, copying the keyframes and then just moving it alongside it, right? So you can have this moving at the same time. Hold up. Okay, yeah, that's V. Okay, cool. So parenting, well, I mean, just copying the keyframes does this, of course, the exact same thing that we did. Just copying the motion over, that's what it does. And then there's, of course, parenting, something that I like to use. It means it's not constrained to the same keyframes, and I'll give you an example of this. Let's put this here, right, at the point where we want it to be in the middle. And I'm going to parent link this to shape layer 1. So this means wherever shape layer 1 goes, this goes. But this also means that if I move shape layer 1 here, it means that when this moves, it will also move with it. So I think it's a lot better to parent things than to just copy the keyframes. You have so much more freedom with that. It means you can also do stuff like, let's say if you wanted this to have its own separate animation. Let's say you move this, and then we have this as it's here, it goes all the way here or something, right? You can have this do this animation as we have the screen here, right? So we have so much more freedom when we do parenting, because then it's not limited in where it can go. But you know, we're going for a more simple animation here, so that's why the parenting is enough. All right, cool. So now that we've done this, essential graphics window, which should be somewhere here. Yep, essential graphics, perfect, cool. Now what we need to do is select a composition, and that composition is going to be comp 1. And what we can do is just drag in the things that we want to be able to change up. So for example, all of the text settings, I believe, yeah, let's go here. Source text in here. We've got source text here. It's just the text here, so we can change what we want. There we go. See, this is like, these are all the options that you're gonna have in Premiere Pro. There we go. See that? So this is essentially showing you what you'll be able to edit. Edit properties. Now this, I like to do this a lot. Font selection, enable font adjustment. There we go. And then of course, Fork styles is just like these fake added effects. So you can add all of these to make this something that you're able to do. And there we go. Look at how much you have here. And then I can go into effects. Let's go here. Let's say we added fill effect, right? Let's keep this white for now. We can go to effects here and drag that fill color. There we go. Yep, we got color here. Let's see. Yep, color. I think we can maybe even add in opacity. Opacity should be able to. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. So we have full control here of what we do with this text. Now, all we need to do here after I might as well save it. I have a folder where I just keep my assets. Cool. So yeah, this is all for the text here. Let's see. You can also add you can like change the name and like add some. Yeah, there you go. Look. Yeah, source text. I think I'll just leave it as source text. That's enough. Cool. Text color. Text opacity. Oh, already says opacity there. There we go. Good. So as you can see here, this makes it very clear that you are specifically editing the text. You can also do something like this, for example. We go into here, we go into contents. I believe you can also change properties of this. Let's see here. Color, yeah, we can change the color of this to anything really. And yeah, we can do all that. I'm gonna be giving people the opportunity to be able to make this let's see, change the color here. All right, perfect. So now this enables us to be able to change the colors of quite literally all of them, which is amazing. So now this is a fully customizable, well, to an extent, with the colors and the text properties. It's a fully customizable asset. And all we need to do to export this asset is quite literally just click on export motion graphics template. And then you browse wherever the hell you want to put this, right? Now it will say verifying Adobe fonts. Depending on how you got your After Effects or your software, this doesn't have to happen. You can quite literally just cancel out of this, and it still creates the file. Wait, no, I opened up the wrong thing. Wait. Okay, close down. I will play this game later, not now. There we go. As you can see here, this effect still exists. And it will still open up in Premiere Pro even though we'd closed down it checking the fonts. What it essentially does is checks if it's available. When you go into the next Adobe software, like Premiere or something, you can still import it. Alright, perfect. Now, if we go into this video here, the one that we made beforehand, the MKLayer and Simplicity video, we can go into Essential Graphics here, which is basically all of my transitions and whatnot. And just, some of them I made, some of them I didn't make, you know. They're there, isn't it? Yeah, it must be here or something. There we go. Yeah, go back into the folder wherever you kept your assets. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why it says unlisted. It may be because of the name or something I put onto it, but I think you should be able to change the name. Can I rename this? Yeah, there we go. Rename to screen wipe. Cool, so just keep that in mind. Sometimes it might come out as unlisted. And then you drag this onto wherever the hell you want this to be. And as you can see, you have this transition here. And you can just click on this, change the text to and then just make this smaller or something, you know. I didn't include the text to movement, you know, where you move the text to position, but I showed you how to implement all the other things. It should be fairly simple to change everything else. But as you can see here, all of the things apply here in Premiere Pro. I can change so many properties. I can change the color of the boxes, which is absolutely insane. So these are fully customizable transitions and templates that you quite literally can just make on your own with the software. And this is why I say having skill in After Effects is important for anyone who's video editing. Even if you're not doing motion graphics, you want to be able to have these tools with you, because when you're going into the video editing world, you need these kind of transitions. You need these kind of cool things that people are very interested in, that captures these the audiences. I'll be making this particular Essential Graphics available for all of you. I'll put down a link, a Google Drive, so you guys can download this. If you guys own Premiere Pro, you can take this, use this however the hell you want. And yeah, that's my gift to you all. This video is just to show how much I've learned, and how this period of time of me sitting down to focus on one particular subject has supported me like crazy. Like, I never understood how important it was to just focus on one thing, and being able to do that, it taught me so much. If you see my previous videos and the quality of those videos, they don't look that great. And you look at my new video, this MK Leo video, good lord, it's like exponentially better because I was focusing on one thing at a time. So for the next month, that should be either music and sound design or art and animation, whatever one I may end up choosing. I'll be able to focus all of my energy on that. I thank you guys for watching this video very much. Please utilize this, any aspiring video editors. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of content you guys want. I will be looking through that list of that video that I uploaded a while ago that did quite well, and I'll be trying to figure out what the hell, what do you guys want really, you know. More updates for a lot of things. Soultail, that's happening. Don't worry about Soultail. It happens when it happens. And I will see you guys in the next video. I thank you guys for watching. I said that 3 times already, haven't I? Be sure to do like Deco and Detroit, smash that like button. Subscribe today to join the Legion of Elites, and until next time, bye bye. I wanna talk to you, girl, and if I can, I can.